I don't know whether you're going to get any bow downs or not, but you're going to at least have some good news for us. So, without further ado, here is Steven Solie for us.
Very slightly.
So I have some news from Hyperion to let everybody know about. My name is Steven Solie, and I am a beta tester, developer, user, etc., etc. And I've been tasked with spreading a little bit of good news to the waiting Amigans out there. So I'm representing Hyperion. So what I hope that you will have lots of questions for me, and I hope I can give answers. So first of all, the news. The news is that the litigation with the Amiga parties has been settled, and all litigation will come to a close.
Wow.
So that's your good news for the day.
That is.
And how long? The lawsuits are all disappearing.
What about what's the result?
So, any questions?
Yeah. Amiga. So what's going on with the lawsuit for Amiga Delaware with the storage place? Is that part?
All the Amiga companies have been settled. Every company. Amiga Delaware, Amiga Washington, or is it Washington?
Yeah, Washington.
New York as well. Amiga New York. You probably didn't know how many lawsuits there were.
Who owns Amiga now?
Yeah.
So who owns which Amiga? You mean the OS?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, part of the terms have been that Hyperion will continue development, commercialization, and distribution of AmigaOS 4.x and beyond, including AmigaOS 5.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
What does AmigaOS 5 mean?
AmigaOS 5 was Amiga Inc.'s brand name for their product, but with the agreement, Amiga Inc. can no longer use the term AmigaOS. That is now a sole trademark of Hyperion.
Yes.
They are not allowed to use it. They are also not allowed to interfere in any way.
oh, wow.
Gee, I wonder who won.
Amiga Inc. also abandons all claims on Amiga 4.x intellectual property.
Whoa.
Does Amiga Inc. still exist?
Amiga Inc. still exists.
For what?
Yes.
For what?
Bill doing itself as
Build mine? Oh, for building the Source Center again.
Any other questions?
So yeah, what did you bring up them dual core or 4-core Amigas?
Sorry?
What are they going to bring out them new Amigas that they were talking about before?
New Amigas? What? There was no talk of new Amigas. I don't remember any announcement of new Amigas. There was an announcement of an ambitious project. But there had been no details on what that means.
Until now.
Nice try.
Until now.
What is Amiga Incorporated doing now? They're supposed to be doing the same.
Amiga Incorporated, what are they doing? I personally do not know.
Driving a truck.
I can only really speak for Hyperion, but their website is still there, and they still have staff, and they're doing things. What they are doing is up to them now. But basically, AmigaOS and Amiga Inc. no longer are related to each other.
Does that mean they can do any hardware with the OS now?
That would mean Hyperion can do any hardware they please, yes. Worldwide rights, worldwide distribution. They can partner with anyone they feel like without any retribution.
The former Commodore assets?
I don't know anything about former Commodore assets.
International?
If you mean like the full color design and such.
The classic OS?
Well, AmigaOS is the OS.
So, but also it includes 3, 2, all of that.
Well, we have the source code to AmigaOS, so I'm not sure. The question was, do we get AmigaOS Classic? Well, it is AmigaOS. The source code is from Carl Sassenrath and people. It is AmigaOS. It's just been enhanced for 4.0.
Yes.
It is the same source, same exact source code. And Hyperion owned that. So you could think of it as them owning Classic as well, if you wish.
Steve, what about the Boing Ball and all those trademarks?
The only trademark I'm aware of that they own is AmigaOS at this point. I don't know if they own
so what
or
about
license the
Boing
Boing Ball. That's a separate trademark, so I'm not sure what the deal was there. I don't have an answer.
Anybody know? Anybody here know?
On Hyperion's webpage. And other associated trademarks such as the Boing Ball logo.
Yeah, the press announcement went on the webpage just minutes ago. And like Robert said, they did include the Boing Ball. So there's your answer.
What was
the press announcement on the website went out and the Boing Ball is included. I just didn't know that because I haven't read the press announcement yet. Sorry. But other question?
Well, I still have Amiga Anywhere, right?
Amiga Anywhere is Amiga Inc. product. Okay. Nothing to do with Hyperion.
They should have called it Amiga
Does
Nowhere.
this open the door for an Does this open the doors for an x86 port?
No.
Yes, this does open the door to an x86 port. They can do anything they wish.
Yeah.
Hyperion can do anything.
No.
But does Hyperion want to?
No, it's up to Hyperion. If you want to go down that road or pick a different chip, perhaps. I don't. It's up to the boss.
Who is the boss?
Who is the boss?
Ben Hemians?
Managing partners in Hyperion. So, as far as I know, that would be Everett Carlton. I believe is his name. Ben Herman, of course. There's a couple other fellows, but I can't remember.
The only 2 I know.
But those are the 2 main bosses. Any other questions?
Anything else you have?
Yeah, I have somebody that
What?
Can they develop for open source?
Sorry?
The coding, the source code, can they develop on open source code and port it over?
Can they make it over open source?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Hyperion could do that if they felt like it. Yes, they have full rights.
I mean, but the developers, can they develop it and then that software that they're using, can it integrate into the AmigaOS?
You mean, can third-party developers include components?
Right.
They do already, actually. There are some components in AmigaOS that are licensed, like the TCP/IP stack. That is licensed from
It's not GPL.
a third party.
Well, if they do GPL, then they have to comply with all the next hardware.
The target.
If they didn't comply properly, then that would force AmigaOS to go open source, which would kind of, light your asset on fire and burn it to ashes.
The question was, what's the next hardware platform target? I believe, right? Well, as far as that goes, let me check my notes here. I said the wrong thing.
Yes, you do.
You are streaming this, aren't you?
Yes. It says, anticipate some interesting information on this before the end of the year.
Haven't we been anticipating some interesting information on that for the last decade?
2 more weeks.
But they didn't say what year.
I've been anticipating that for a long time, but Amiga Inc. was always in the background, kind of hoping that.
They didn't say
Now they're out
what
of the
year.
way. So.
We'll see.
Stephen,
What year?
was this a settlement or was it a judgment?
This was a settlement.
Oh, a settlement.
It never went to court.
Okay.
Money changed hands.
We don't know.
Terms like money, we're not we're not disclosed.
Who had to pay for the court costs?
That's
Did
not,
that tell us?
I don't know. There
It's
was
not
no
on
court
Hyperion, huh?
case, but so the settlement, they would have to figure out who paid for what lawyers. Up to them. I don't have that information either.